What's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and we have a bunch of exciting products coming on OddsJam, including a classical view odds screen. You're really gonna like it. This is gonna be awesome, but that's not what I'm going through today. So what I'm talking about today is Duke Temple. I have a bet on Duke Temple, and I'm pretty excited about this game. So if we look across the betting market, you can see that Duke is a pretty big favorite, right? The best odds on them, just kind of glancing through the betting market, is going to be minus 325 on BetOnline. The best price on Temple is plus 300 on DraftKings. So as a sharp, profitable sports bettor, right, you always have to be line shopping. You need to get the best odds in your state, right? You have to be getting good prices. If you're placing bets at plus 260 on BWin, when you can get plus 300 on Temple, you're screwed from the beginning because you're getting terrible prices. It's like if you wanted to be an investor and you had to buy everything at 2 times the price. You're just never going to be profitable, right? You just can't be because you're getting terrible prices. So line shopping is critical. But regardless, the play I have is not a money line play, and it's also not in the total points market. The play I have is a point spread bet. So lines have been ripping towards Duke, and I found a very profitable bet with a 3.33% profit margin. Okay, so the OddsJam Positive EV tool, picked this up. It's a very good bet, and I locked it in for $330, Duke minus 7.5. Okay, so the way that OddsJam works is pretty simple. There are millions of odds kind of across sportsbooks, hundreds of thousands of college football odds combined on, DraftKings FanDuel, everything. OddsJam updates those lines in real time and tries to show you these line discrepancies and line movements where you can find mathematically profitable wagers, right? So Duke minus 7.5 at minus 110 odds is incredible value, and you should recognize that given DraftKings is pricing this at minus 140 and Pinnacle is pricing it at minus 128. So as lines are ripping towards Duke, FanDuel is still offering you minus 110. So as a data-driven sports bettor, it's kind of like you're a trader, you're finding a bet on sale, right? You're finding a bet at a ridiculous price. It's kind of like being able to buy a stock $10 cheaper than everyone else. You're finding a ridiculous opportunity. So that bet has a profit margin, and this game's on Friday. So what we can do is we can check out the point spread. The total, it looks like, is set at 50.5. But if you take a look at the point spread, what's fascinating is, hey, FanDuel is setting the line at, they were setting the line at 7.5. Okay, minus 7.5 on FanDuel. Now what you'll notice is most sportsbooks have the line at 9. FanDuel's a 1.5 off, right? So if Duke wins by 3 field goals, we'd obviously win on FanDuel, betting them minus 7.5. We would push on every other sportsbook. This is a 1.5 point jump. So this may not seem like a big deal, but you have to remember, pro sports bettors, people making big bucks betting on sports, they're winning 55% of the time on point spreads totals, right? Squares are winning 50% of the time. So that difference between 50 and 55%, literally turns you from betting on sports full time and making money to being broke. So, being able to squeak out these edges and find these insane spots with value where a sportsbook is a 1.5 off from the rest of the market is ridiculous, right? That's how you make money sports betting. So that's the play I locked in, 3.33% profit margin as seen on OddsJam, 3.333 actually. So what we can do is 3.333. So this bet has $11 in profit margin roughly. We're staking 330. Our bet has 333 in profit margin. So our bet has $11 in value. If you gave me a $10 bill, I wouldn't give you my bet because my bet is worth more than $10, worth $11. And what I like to show people as well is kind of the way to think about this, because my bet has $11 in profit margin, is we can say, let's just say your unit size is $75. You're placing bets at an average profit margin of 3.33%, and you want to earn $12.50 per month. So the spreadsheet for this will be in the description, but essentially what this spreadsheet will kind of show you is if you want to make, 12.5 or 1.25K per month with a $75 unit size, you would need to place 17 bets if your average bet had an EV percentage of 3.33%. right? So maybe you do that your first month. You make about $12.50. There will be some variance, but about $12.50, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. But due to the law of large numbers, it'll be pretty close, And then maybe the next month you're like, oh, I want to earn, $2,000. So then you can either place 27 bets a day, spend a little more time sports betting, or you can just obviously increase your unit size to maybe $200. And then you only need to place 10 bets a day. So obviously profit scales in a linear way. If you're placing a bet with a 5% profit margin, for an $1,000 stake, it's $50 in EV. For an $100 stake, it's $5 in EV. So bet more. As crazy as it sounds, when you have the edge, when you have the advantage, you bet more, right? So that's kind of what we're going through for today. Hopefully you found this helpful, and let's make some money.